U.S. Court of Appeals says a jury should decide whether Gwinnett County jailers used excessive force when they put prisoners in a restraint chair. The Fox 5i team first aired controversial videos 3 years ago showing prisoners tackled and strapped into the chairs, even though some were calm and compliant. Well, Fox 5i team reporter Randy Travis returns with what this latest court decision could mean for the use of that chair and the cost to Gwinnett County taxpayers. Randy?
That's right, Russ and Elise. Yeah, jail policy forbids these chairs be used for punishment. Instead, they're supposed to protect the inmate from self-harm and taxpayers from expensive medical care. But could their frequent use wind up costing even more?
You may remember what happened to Justin Shuford in 2013. When we talked to him back then, he was just trying to forget.
Just bring back some bad memories. I ain't never trying to go back in there.
Maybe that's the point they were trying to make on you.
Yeah, maybe.
Brought into the Gwinnett County Jail on a probation violation from an earlier DUI conviction, Shuford punched the cell wall one time. When he saw the jail's rapid response team gear up, he quieted down. But 8 minutes later, they still stormed inside.
Because it wasn't necessary. I was calm. I wasn't being disruptive to any of the guards and anything like that.
And that's the point of a federal lawsuit, now given new life by the United States Court of Appeals. Does Gwinnett County's frequent use of restraint chairs violate a prisoner's constitutional rights? Or is it an appropriate way to prevent sometimes costly bad behavior?
The only thing we have to prove that it's unreasonable. And I'm sure any viewers that have watched these videos, you'll have some that say it's reasonable, you'll see some that say it's not. And that's why we have juries.
The Fox 5i team analyzed 75 restraint chair videos in 2013. Several showed inmates refusing to put on a suicide gown or laying down in their own urine. Prisoners clearly refusing to comply with jailers' directions.
I'm going to sue the out of you and you and you.
But we also found multiple cases just like Justin Shuford, where the prisoners seemed cooperative once they saw the restraint chair outside their cell, but still wound up strapped in for hours.
Is it fair to expect the sheriff's deputies to get all geared up for some bad behavior and then tell them to stand down if the behavior just suddenly stops?
It's not even a question of is it fair. That's what the law is.
The case was originally tossed out last year, but the Court of Appeals ruled in Justin Shuford's case and 3 others cited by the plaintiffs, the jail's use of force was objectively unreasonable and said a jury should decide the issue. Attorneys John Cicala and Craig Jones will now ask for class action status, allowing them to include perhaps another 100 clients. They want monetary damages and a court order limiting future restraint chair use.
They're still human beings. They deserve to be treated like human beings.
Sheriff Butch Conway had no comment about the court's decision to let this lawsuit move forward. In fact, they've only made one change to their restraint chair policy since 2013. They tried to video that bad behavior even earlier to better justify the need for such force. The sheriff's policy has always been to video each incident involving the jail's rapid response team in order to protect staff from frivolous lawsuits. Ironic now that those same videos are at the heart of this case.
Without these videos, would you have a case?
Not a case we'd be interested in. But when you've got the videos, you know, we really don't care what our clients say happened. We really don't care what the officers say happened. The camera sees all.
Well, earlier some jail staff told me they need these restraint chairs to keep deputies safe as well as problem prisoners safe. And they're not contending, these attorneys that we interviewed, that the uses of the chair are always bad. Right. They understand that the chairs are useful. They're just saying that not in all cases, not in their cases. And the U.S. Court of Appeals apparently agrees.
Well, yeah, we saw what appeared to the untrained eye to be some pretty rough treatment in some instances. Any chance, Randy, do you think that Gwinnett County might change its policy again? Well, they haven't so far, Russ, and there's been a lot of controversy surrounding those restraint chairs in the last 3 years. They haven't changed it at all, and that's why these 2 attorneys want class action status, so they can include some newer clients so that they can convince the court in any sort of settlement or any sort of decision to force Gwinnett County to limit the number of scenarios that might be out there where they would have the restraint chair as a possible tool. But right now, no, there is no
there are no plans, as far as I understand, to change the policy there in Gwinnett County.
On top of this for us tonight, Randy. Thank you for that.
Okay.